So recently, I asked my committee a simple question, and I was like, what feels more meaningful now than it used to? I expected answers about things like success, money, perhaps more opportunities, but that's not what people said, which was quite surprising. A lot of them mentioned family, a relationship with their mom, life, and even silence. That stopped me because those aren't flashy answers. They are not impressive, but they are powerful. And I think there's a reason these answers show up, especially after struggle. I've noticed something. When life is comfortable, we chase more money, more achievement, we want more noise. But when you go through something, especially something hard, for example, like addiction, you have a burnout, loss, or emotional chaos, something shifts. Your values get rearranged. The things you used to overlook becomes the things you protect. You stop asking, what can I gain? You start asking, what actually matters? And I feel that's when answers like family and silence start rising to the surface. Some people mention family. Actually, it's just one word and quite simple, right? But that word carries history. Sometimes it means rebuilding trust, healing broken conversation, learning to be present again, realizing the people who stayed. And I believe family becomes more meaningful when you realize not everyone stays. Sometimes you've pushed people away, when you've been distant, when you've almost lost connection. Suddenly, sitting at the table together isn't ordinary anymore, it's sacred. Maturity often looks like appreciating what was always there. Someone else mentioned relationship with my mom, and I feel that's deep because relationship with parents aren't always simple, right? As we grow, something changes. We stop seeing our parents as just authority figures. We start seeing them as human, with flaws, with wounds, with stories we never understood before. Sometimes healing isn't just dramatic. Sometimes it's a conversation, a moment of empathy, perhaps a decision to forgive. And when that relationship improves, it feels something meaningful in a way success never could. Because reconciliation carries weight, growth carries weight. Some other people mentioned life. That word hits differently depending on what you've survived. There's a version of you that once complained about everything, you know, the inconveniences, stress, and even deadliness. And then there's the version of you that almost lost perspective. After struggle, you don't wake up the same. You start noticing little things like sunlight, like ordinary moments, and even breath. Life stops being assumed, it becomes appreciated. And I would say that shift, that's maturity, that's awakening. And the last person said silence. I think this might just be my favorite one because silence used to feel uncomfortable. When you are used to chaos, noise feels normal, distraction feels safe, busyness feels productive. But silence, it forces you to sit with yourself. That can be scary for a lot of people. Yet, after growth, after healing, after clarity, silence stops feeling empty. It starts feeling peaceful. Silence becomes safety, grounding, and stability. And that's when you know you've changed. When I read those responses about family, relationship with their mom, life, and even silence, I didn't see small answers. I saw growth. I saw people whose priorities have shifted, people who have survived something. If what feels meaningful to you now is quieter, simpler, and deeper, That's not weakness, that's evolution. If you want to be a part of this kind of conversations, join our Addiction Recovery Hub on Facebook and also on school. I believe the most powerful insights don't come from me. They come from people willing to reflect honesty. And sometimes the most meaningful things in life are the ones we once ignored.